Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you've never seen me before, then hi, welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a book haul, but it's a special one because of course it's my first book haul of the year. It's my first 2025 book haul. I don't think I did one single book haul last year, which is sad. So I'm planning and hoping to do more of those throughout 2025. But yeah, so I wanted to start off the year with a book haul, because what better way to start off a new year than with a book haul with new books. I love getting new books. I love buying new books, but especially just like starting the new year and just like treating myself to a lot of new books. It's just the best feeling ever. So that's why I wanted to do this, because I kind of always do this, but I don't always film it. So this time I wanted to film it for you guys because I myself love watching book hauls, to be honest. I don't know, they're just so fun to see like what books people buy and the reason for them buying them. I just love to watch them. Okay, so anyways, I decided to do one myself. Yeah, I'm so excited because this literally got delivered in the mail today. Well, it was left outside of the mailbox because it was a big box. I screamed when I saw it and I wanted to open it instantly, but I was like, patience. You have to wait because you're gonna film this. You're gonna do a book haul. So like absolutely I was gonna film this today because I couldn't wait a whole day to not open this box. It was just gonna stare at me like throughout the whole day and night, and I just give up and open it without filming it. So that could not happen. So anyways, here I am filming it, doing this book haul for you guys, and I think I've yapped enough, so let's just get into it. So here's the box. And I've got my scissors. So as you can see, like, I'm literally not lying, okay? I haven't opened this box. I waited and I was patient to open it with you guys. There's no better feeling, literally, than getting new books. It's unmatched. No other feeling will ever compare. Oh my gosh. Look at all those new books. I'm so excited. So I'm not gonna grab them in any particular order. I'm just gonna grab the ones that are at the top until I get to the bottom, obviously. First book, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, sorry. I have to do this. The smell of a new book, the feeling again of getting a new book, I love it so much. I'm sorry, like I've said that so many times already in this video, but I love it. The ones that get it, get it. This book, I'm actually planning to read it for a video, a reading vlog that I hope is going to be coming out in January and soon. So stay tuned for that. That was Alexa. But this is a thriller book. I think I read the premise, but I forgot honestly what was it about. So I'm gonna read it again with you guys. It says, early morning, August 1975. Okay, we're going back in time. A camp counselor discovers an empty bunk. Its occupant, Barbara Van Laar, has gone missing. Barbara isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And this isn't the first time a Van Laar child has disappeared. Barbara's older brother similarly vanished 14 years ago, never to be found. As a panicked search begins, a thrilling drama unfolds, chasing down the layered mysteries of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community living and working in its shadow. Muir's multi-threaded story invites readers into a rich and gripping dynasty of secrets. The God of the Woods is a story of inheritance and second chances, the tensions between a family and a community, and a history that will not let any of them go. Again, this was just simply for a reading vlog, but I am very, very intrigued. Like, this 13-year-old girl vanishes, and that alone, it's like, it's a pretty good plot, but it's just like so much more because it has to do with her family, because her older brother also vanished or disappeared a long time ago. You know, family secrets, and like it said, drama. I'm always up for that. Like, I love reading about rich family drama, and the fact that they all have these secrets, it's just like very, very interesting. So I am really excited to read this book. We'll see how it goes. And it is a hardcover, as you can see, obviously. So let me just take off the dust jacket because I always do that when I get new hardcovers. Okay, love the gray color. Ooh, okay, this is pretty. Kind of like the contrast between gray and green. Well, it's kind of like a mint green. Next, Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I actually decided to get this book and buy it because I had heard about this book a lot, and what I had heard about it mostly is that it's a Christian love, but I believe it's also set in like the 1800s. It was just like really, really intriguing to me. It just seems like a very deep and profound romance book. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna love it. I'm really excited to read it. I'm gonna read the premise again with you guys. California's Gold Country, 1850. Okay, so see, mid 1800s, a time when men sold their souls for a bag of gold and women sold their bodies for a place to sleep. Angel expects nothing from men but betrayal. Sold into prostitution as a child, she survives by keeping her hatred alive, and what she hates most are the men who use her, leaving her empty and dead inside. Then she meets Michael, Hosea, I think that's how his last name is pronounced, a man who seeks his father's heart in everything. Michael obeys God's call to marry Angel and to love her unconditionally. Slowly, day by day, he defies Angel's every bitter expectation until, despite her resistance, her frozen heart begins to thaw. But with her unexpected softening come overwhelming feelings of unworthiness and fear, and so Angel runs back to the darkness, away from her husband's pursuing love. Terrified of the truth she no longer can deny. Her final healing must come from the one who loves her even more than Michael does, the one who will never let her go. Oh, this is a retelling of the story of Gomer and Hosea. Redeeming Love is a life-changing story of God's unconditional, redemptive, and all-consuming love. I didn't know this was a retelling. That definitely makes it more interesting, and that definitely makes me more excited to read it. I just feel like this book is kind of gonna change my life. I don't know why. I have that feeling about it. It's a good feeling, and it just seems like a very beautiful story. And it's like pretty thick, so oh my gosh, and it includes Bible verses. I love that. Next, Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson? I think it's Pearson. Today I apparently don't know how to pronounce last names. This is, I believe, a fantasy book. I decided to buy this because I saw a TikTok about it. Of course, as one does. I think it was just like about one of the quotes in this book, or like about a scene or something, and I was like, I need to read that right now. It says, a formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations, a son destined to lead, thrust suddenly into power. 3 fierce young women of the Rattan, I don't know how to pronounce that, the Queen's premier guard, a legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself, a dark secret that is a threat to the entire continent. When outlaw leader meets reformed thief, a cat and mouse game of false moves ensures bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. Okay, so then it's more of a romantasy. It was just giving very much enemies to lovers and very like high stakes, and I don't know, I was just like intrigued. So we'll see if I actually end up loving it. I actually do want to read, no matter if it's fantasy or romantasy, but I want to get into that genre more this year, so that's why I decided to include a fantasy book or romantasy book in this book haul, because I didn't want it to all be romance. I love the cover though. It's like so pretty. And of course, I always love the maps that fantasy books include. I was just like seeing it right now and I'm like, I love that. I love getting to know the world and everything. I'm excited. And this is a series, so yeah. Oh, it's a duology actually. It's a duology. Now that I think about it, I've also heard other people say really good things about this book and this duology, so. Next, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So I also bought this for a reading vlog, and it's the same reading vlog that I was talking about when I was talking about, what's the name? The God of the Woods? Yeah. So it's for that same reading vlog. I don't want to tell you what that reading vlog is going to be because I want it to be a surprise, but hopefully you'll see that soon. Purely just bought this for that reading vlog, and honestly was a bit hesitant to, because I've just heard so many people say kind of mixed things about this book. Like, I've heard some people say they really loved it, and others have said they just absolutely hated it. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just like, I have never heard, well, what? No, that's wrong. Hold on. Rewind. I've never read an Ali Hazelwood book, so this is gonna be my first Ali Hazelwood book. I don't know if that's a mistake, because normally she just writes like adult romances, and they're also women in STEM. That's kind of like her ongoing theme. I've heard a lot of good things about her books, but then this one is different because it is still a romance, but it's like, I'm pretty sure, about werewolves and vampires. People have just said that some scenes got very weird and they wish they wouldn't have read them. So that scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I still have to read this for a reading vlog. So we'll see again how it goes. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise because I've seen so many opinions that I just wasn't planning on buying it, but let's read the premise, shall we? Mystery Lark, daughter of a powerful vampire councilman, is an outcast. Her days of living anonymously among the humans are over. She has been called upon to uphold an alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Weres. the wares, okay? Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Lo Moreland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority, but not without justice or feeling. It's clear from the way he tracks Mystery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Mystery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience. I didn't know that was a trope in this book. I love marriage of convenience, to be honest. I eat that up every single time. Reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she's willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers. So we've got Vampire Bride, Alpha Werewolf, and they're gonna form this alliance. I'm kind of scared, like I said, a bit. But I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna try to go into this blindly with no opinions. Everything that I've heard about this book, I'm gonna try to put it behind me, to pretend that I did not hear it, so I can form my actual own opinion, because I feel like I sometimes can get influenced by other people's opinions whenever I start a book. I feel like that happens to everyone. If you start a book and you've already heard so much about it, either it being like bad or good things, kind of just like stay in your head while you're starting the book. I don't know if it's just me. Anyways, I am kind of just intrigued because I am a vampire girly. I hope this is at least, I'm not even saying I hope I love this book, but I mean, it's good if I end up loving it, but I'm just saying at least I hope it isn't like completely horrible and I have like such a bad time reading it. Moving on. Next, we have Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Sincotti. I have been wanting this book for so long. I'm not lying, for such a long time. I've been wanting to buy this book. I don't know why I never got to it. So when I was picking the books and choosing them for this book haul, I was like, I can't forget about this book. This needs to go on the list. And so I didn't, and now I have it on my hands and I'm so excited to read it. I just have seen so many TikToks about this book and it's all been really, really good things. So you could say I already have pretty high expectations for this book, so I hope it doesn't let me down. I remember just seeing the cover and being absolutely obsessed with it. And I think I also remember seeing that the author actually designed it herself. So I love that. I love the fact that it's so simple, yet it's like so cute. It's so pink, which I love, and it's so girly as well, and I'm just in love with it. So I think purely the biggest reason I wanted to buy this book was to have it in my bookshelves, just for the aesthetic of it. Many of the TikToks that I saw was just like showing the aesthetic of this book. It's like very rom-com-y and like very cutesy and very, I don't know, it just, let me look it up. Let me try to find it. Why can't I find it? Can't find it, whatever, but I did find a TikTok that I reposted, and it says, "My taste in men," and in parentheses, "hot tall nerds." Then I saw the caption. It says, aka Levi Coldwell from Picking Daisies on Sundays. This book. So apparently, the main character of this book is a hot tall nerd. Okay, but basically every TikTok that says like convincing you to read my romance novel based on its aesthetic. Oh, this is actually the author. This is the author that posted that. Okay, slay. Love that. Every TikTok that I've seen like showing this book's aesthetic, it's kind of like the same aesthetic, which makes sense because like, you know, they're talking about the same book. I'm gonna show you. It's giving like a 2000s rom-com movie, and there's a lot of pictures of baking as well. If you're telling me he's also a baker, I'm done. And a lot of pictures of like sewing. But anyways, let's read the premise. Daniela Daisy Maria wanted love. It's all she hoped for when watching endless rom-coms every Friday night. So she's a rom-com girly. Love her already. What she hadn't hoped for was to find it in her childhood best friend Levy. He's her childhood best friend. It's childhood friends to lovers. Oh my gosh. It was the hand-trembling, heart-thumping kind of love that wasn't supposed to happen when you saw your best friend. But it all ended when he didn't feel the same way and she vowed to never see him again. It's giving Maisie and Elliot. 4 years later, and one night in a crowded bar in the West Village, there he was, just as perfect as ever. Maybe it was the lighting or the way his hair curled above his brow, but she couldn't say no when he asked her to be his fake girlfriend for her sister's wedding. It also has fake dating? What? Another chance of being his friend and mending her immature mistake? How was she supposed to say no? The weight of possible rejection from her dream grad school quickly became the least of her problems. With old resurfacing feelings at every stage, romantic interaction and stolen glance, she struggles to find confidence. She couldn't help but think that maybe she should have said no to protect her heart for a second time. I cannot wait to read this. I just feel like I'm gonna love it so much. I have a really, really good feeling about this book. The dedication. Oh my gosh, for the hopeless and hopeful romantics who don't know they're noticed in a crowded room. I love this dedication so much. It's like speaking to me. It has Taylor Swift song references in every, is it in every chapter? No, I don't think it's in every chapter. I don't care though. I love the fact that it has one Taylor Swift song reference and from Lover. Nonetheless, my heart's been borrowed and yours has been blue. All slow that ends still to end well with you. Swear to be over dramatic and true to my lover. Definitely like that perfectly fits with this book and the aesthetic. Like Lover, that album. Oh, I'm so excited to read this book. I'm so excited. I'm gonna stop yapping about it. Oh my gosh, it's been 18 minutes of me talking about this book. Next we have Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I love her writing. I love her YA books. I absolutely adore Better Than the Movies. I do have the do-over, but it's been sitting on my physical TBR for so long now, but I do want to get to it. I've just been wanting to buy another Lynn Painter book, and I've heard so much about this book, so much. Again, it's all been really, really good thing. I just love the way she writes rom-com-y books. They always feel so like cutesy and so relatable as well. And I also love the fact that she always includes Taylor Swift references or pop culture references, and I always have so much fun reading her books. I don't know what this one is about. It says, while moving to Omaha after her parents' sudden divorce, Bailey finds herself trapped for 10 hours with a cynical and obnoxiously opinionated stranger, the polar opposite of her careful, well-behaved, cheery temperament. So imagine her surprise when years later, they bump into each other again. Charlie turns out to be, her co-worker at her new job, but this time around they find themselves talking comfortably and even laughing, question mark. Still, they agree they can't stand each other, and when they witness two of their co-workers flirting, their commentary on the moment spirals into a bet. Oh, Betting on You, I get the title now. Charlie insists that members of the opposite sex can't be just friends, and Bailey is determined to prove him wrong. Amidst all their bickering and playful banter, Charlie works to deflect the feelings he's developed for Belly. Belly? Why did I just say Belly? I'm thinking of The Summer I Turned Pretty. No, Bailey. Can you tell I can't wait for season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty? He is terrified to lose her if his crush becomes known. And what doesn't help his agenda is Bailey and Charlie fake dating in order to disrupt. Also fake dating? I'm loving this. The annoying pleasantries between Bailey's mom and her mom's new boyfriend. Soon what Charlie was hoping to avoid becomes a reality as Bailey starts to see him as not only a friend, but someone who makes her hands shake and heart race. But Charlie has a secret that involves Bailey and another bet Charlie may have made. Can the two make a real go of things, or has Charlie's secret doomed them before they can start? I'm so intrigued to know what the secret is already. So there's gonna be lots of tension, and like it says here, banter, playful banter, which I love and eat up every single time. I'm so excited for this book. I'm so excited. Also, I remember posting one time a TikTok. There was like this trend going on. This was the picture that I put of myself. And someone commented that I look like Bailey Mitchell, and I was like, who is that? Looked it up, and it's the female main character of this book. I don't know why I need to mention that, but next we have The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. So I decided to buy this book because I read the rule book by Sarah Adams, and I found out that it was part of an interconnected standalone series, and obviously I didn't know that. And really, it isn't that big of a deal because it's an interconnected series, but they are standalone books. Even those type of series, I love to read them in order because I feel like it makes it more special that way. I found out this was the first book. I had heard about this book so much. Like, I feel like this is an OG book talk book. I kind of already got some mini spoilers because, again, I read the rule book, so like the main characters in this book appeared in the rule book. It's a sports romance. In the rule book, like basically there were a lot of scenes with like their friend group just like talking and just having fun with each other, and honestly they were really funny scenes. So excited to get to know them even more. Let me read the premise. The friend zone is not the end zone for Bree Camden, who is helplessly in love with her longtime best friend and extremely hot NFL legend Nathan Donaldson. The only problem is that she can't admit her true feelings because he clearly sees her as a best friend with no romantic potential. And the last thing Bree wants is to ruin their relationship. But those abs. Nope, nothing but good old-fashioned, no touching, sexiest man alive platonic friendship for Bree. In any case, she has other things to worry about. After a car accident ended her chance, at becoming a professional ballerina, Bree changed paths and now owns her own dance studio with big dreams to expand it. But one more rent increase could mean the end of the studio entirely. Oh no! Then as usual, Nathan comes to the rescue, buying the entire building. A stubborn Bree is not happy about it and decides to rebel with a couple, okay, maybe more than a couple, of tequila shots. Then her plan backfires as she spills her deepest, darkest secret to a TMZ reporter. One viral video later, the world thinks that Nathan and Bree are the perfect couple. Before they can really talk about her confession, Nathan's publicist proposes a big opportunity that can mean financial security for Bree. Let me guess. Fake dating. The catch? They have to pretend to be in love for 3 whole weeks. What will happen when Bree gives into the feeling she's been desperately hiding for so long, and could she be imagining that Nathan is actually enjoying it? Sarah Adams scores more than touchdowns in this exciting friends to lovers romantic comedy. It's giving like OG book talk when she says, "But those abs." Things about this premise seems kind of like cringy or like cheesy, but I feel like that's the thing with Sarah Adams books, and I normally don't mind it. Her newer books, like the One in Rome series, I loved those books so much, and I loved her writing because I read The Off Limits Rule by her and it wasn't that good. I feel like her writing definitely got better, but like still, it seems like a very interesting premise. I'm starting to like sports romances a lot. It's always fun to read a fake dating trope. Oh, it's still POV! It's still POV. Yeah, I mean the rule book was. I just feel like it's gonna be a fun, silly romance. But you know what? I say that, but I feel like the books that I've read by Sarah Adams, they also, like the characters have so much depth and they go through some struggles that they have to overcome. I feel like I'm definitely gonna connect to these characters. Hold on, I was just like flipping through the pages and I saw the name Rachel Green. Friends reference of that. Okay, I have to read it now. Rachel Green, question mark, he asked, because of course he'd know what's happening to me. We watched the whole Friends series together multiple times, so he knows when Ross Geller finally gets. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna read anything else. The fact that they have watched the Friends series together, I love that so much. Really excited to read it. That's it. I'm gonna move on now. Okay, I have 3 books left, but I'm gonna show them to you all at once because they're part of an Interconnected Standalone series by Abby Jimenez. I've been wanting to read this series. I've been wanting to read another Abby Jimenez book, so that's why I'm gonna show them to you all at once. This is the first one. What's the second one? Okay, Happy Ever After playlist. And the third one is Life's Too Short. Obviously, I'm just gonna talk about them one by one. I just wanted to mention that these are all part of the same Interconnected Standalone series. Let's start with the friend zone. It says, Kristen Peterson doesn't do drama, will fight to the death for her friends, and has no room in her life for guys who just don't get her. Slay. I love that. Period. Queen. She's also keeping a big secret, facing a medically necessary procedure that will make it impossible for her to have children. Planning her best friend's wedding is bittersweet for Kristen, especially when she meets the best man, Josh Copeland. He's funny, sexy, never offended by her mile-wide streak of sarcasm, and always one chicken enchilada ahead of her hangry. Even her dog, stuntman Mike, oh my gosh, there's a dog in this book, adores him. The only catch, Josh wants a big family someday. Kristen knows he'd be better off with someone else, but as their attraction grows, it's harder and harder to keep him at arm's length. The friend zone will have you laughing one moment and grabbing for tissues the next, as it tackles the realities of infertility and loss with wit, heart, and a lot of sass. Makes sense. I mean, it's an Abby Jimenez book. First Abby Jimenez book that I read last year in 2024 was Part of Your World, and then I read the other 2 books in that Interconnected Standalone series. I read them back to back because I was on an Abby Jimenez binge. I fell in love with her writing. It reminds me a bit of Emily Henry's. Obviously, it's her own unique style. Her characters have so much depth. They go through character development that is done so flawlessly. They're so emotional, and I feel like they're so profound. Every time I finish it, I'm like staring at a wall because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just read that and it kind of changed my life a little bit. But okay, next book. No, wrong. It's the Happy Ever After playlist. That's the second book in this series. It says, 2 years after losing her fiance, Flo Monroe still can't seem to get her life back on track. The one troublemaking pup with a take me home look in his eyes is about to change everything. Another dog. With her new pet by her side, Sloane finally starts to feel more like herself. Then, after weeks of unanswered texts, Tucker's owner reaches out. He's a musician on tour in Australia, and bottom line, he wants Tucker back. Well, Sloane's not about to give up her dog without a fight. So what if this Jason guy really loves Tucker? As their flirty texts turn into long calls, Sloane can't deny a connection. Jason is hot and nice and funny. There's no telling what can happen when they meet in person. The question is, with his music career on the rise, how long will Jason really stick around? And is it possible for Sloane to survive another heartbreak? And I'm guessing it's also going to be emotional and heartbreaking, but it's going to heal me all at the same time. So I'm just so excited to read this book. I love the premise already. Oh my gosh. Dual POV. Is the friend zone also dual POV? Yeah, it has to be also dual POV. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I'm surprised, because the other 3 books that I read by her are also dual POV. Third book, Life's Too Short. When Vanessa Price quit her job to pursue her dream of traveling the globe, she wasn't expecting to gain millions of YouTube followers who shared her joy of seizing every moment. For her, living each day to its fullest isn't just a motto. Her mother and sister never saw the age of 30. Why are these books already making me tear up? And Vanessa doesn't want to take anything for granted. But after her half-sister suddenly leaves Vanessa in custody of her baby daughter, life goes from daily adventure to next level bad. Now with bonus baby vomit in hair. The last person Vanessa expects to show up offering help is the hot lawyer next door, Adrian Copeland. Wait, Josh Copeland. That's the same last name. I'm guessing they're brothers. After all, she barely knows him. No one warned her that he was the secret baby tamer or that she'd be spending a whole lot of time with him. And his can I read? Geriatric Chihuahua. Geriatric. I was saying it right? It means relating to old people. Oh. Now, she's feeling things she's vowed not to feel, because the only thing worse than falling for Adrian is finding a little hope for a future she may never see. Instead of single dad, we have single mom, unexpectedly. But I love the fact that we're gonna figure it out together because he's gonna help her. That's sweet. I'm excited to read this. It doesn't have, oh yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't have a dog. It does have a dog, a Chihuahua, and it's old. I feel like that's a theme, right? In the series, the fact that they all include dogs. I love that. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm also definitely gonna read them back to back. Just read another Abby Menace book. I miss her writing already. So anyways, guys, unfortunately, the box is empty. So that means we've reached the end of this video. There's no other new books for me to talk about. But that's fine, because I have all these new books that I'm so excited to read. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I hope it doesn't topple over. But it did. It was inevitable. Anyways, like I said, there's no other feeling than just getting new books. I'm gonna put these in my physical TBR. I hope they don't stay there for too long, because again, I'm just so excited to read them. But it always happens. Like, I have so many books that I want to read. First book haul of 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you stay till the end, I love you so much. Let me know if you want me to do more of these book hauls throughout the year. Like I said, I'm so excited for 2025 and the books I'm going to read this year, and I'm so excited to see what this year brings me, reading wise and just life wise. I hope you guys are having a good beginning of the year, I guess. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I guess that's all I have to say. See you guys in my next video. Bye. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how all of these books are gonna fit in here.